All right, let's jump right in. The whole idea we're exploring today really boils down to something simple, but honestly, it's an incredibly powerful concept: building a bridge. And no, we're not talking about steel and concrete here. We're talking about a bridge made of people, technology, and pure opportunity. You know, we hear this stuff all the time, right? The world's more connected than ever. Money zips across the globe. Markets react in seconds. Tech just keeps getting faster. So it's pretty easy to just assume that everything, and well, everyone, is already linked up. But here's the reality check. For all our talk about being a global village, a whole lot of doors are still slammed shut. Real, meaningful connections, they're still way more limited than you'd think, especially between massive regions of the world. And that, right there, leads us to the big question. What if those doors aren't locked because it's impossible to open them, but just because nobody has actually tried to build the bridge yet? So to really get the solution, we've got to understand the problem first. Let's take a closer look at this world of closed doors, and specifically this huge disconnect between Latin America and Eurasia. And this really highlights a wild paradox. I mean, we have technology that can connect anyone literally anywhere on the planet. Information can circle the globe in a heartbeat. And yet, you have these deep, old-school barriers, economic, cultural, just structural things that act like giant walls, keeping these two massive parts of the world from really connecting. And this is where it gets to the human cost of it all. This shows a fundamental truth about our world. Raw talent, creativity, amazing potential, that stuff is everywhere. It's universal. But opportunity? Nope. That is filtered, and it is not spread out evenly at all. This isn't just some abstract idea, you know? It has very real consequences. It means businesses can't easily expand beyond their own backyard. It means talented creators and their amazing ideas get stuck, never reaching a global audience. The opportunities are out there, but they just can't get to the people who need them most. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. So what's the fix? This brings us to the vision. And it's not about trying to replace what's already there, but about building something new, a living, breathing network that connects them. And here's the mission, plain and simple: to build a direct bridge between the incredible cultures and booming economies of Latin America and Eurasia. We're talking about two super dynamic regions that, for the most part, have just been worlds apart. But look, just a connection by itself isn't enough. This isn't just about digital pipes. The whole point is to build a living network, one that's practical, not just theory. And it has to be built on things that are real. Real education, real business, real collaborations, and most importantly, real people. A living network is an awesome vision, right? But a vision needs a tool to actually make it happen. So how does this bridge get built? For real? Well, that brings us to the engine room, the core mechanism. So meet AMEU. The easiest way to think about it is as the digital nuts and bolts for this bridge. It's a real tool designed to let people connect value, organize team projects, and offer services to others they would have zero chance of ever meeting otherwise. So maybe that's a developer in São Paulo working with a design team in Seoul, or an artist in Mexico City finding a collector in Dubai. AMEU is the secure and transparent framework that makes it all possible. And this quote right here, it gets to the very heart of the philosophy. Look, the AMEU system might use digital tokens to represent value or ownership, but the tokens themselves, they're not the point. They are just a tool. The real value is, and it always will be, created by people who are using that tool to build something real in the world. So let's be super clear on this. AMEU isn't the main event. The bridge is. The connection is the goal. AMEU is just the engine, the gears quietly turning in the background to make it all happen. But this project is aiming for something even deeper than just making connections. And this is where it starts to get truly profound. It's about creating real, tangible access. I mean, the hard truth is that not everyone starts at the same line in life. There are these invisible barriers all over the place: social, economic, geographic, and they hold people back. They shouldn't be there, but they are. And that's why the mission is also about mobility. The goal is to open up the path you see here, a journey that takes someone from limitation to opportunity, from being isolated to being connected. And this could be a business deal, a creative project, or something as simple and life-changing as a scholarship that completely alters someone's future. Okay, so why does all this matter right now? Well, because this isn't some finished product being rolled out. This is a movement. It's a system being built actively as we speak. And the timing for this couldn't be better. Markets are changing. Bitcoin, it proved that value could exist digitally. It kicked the door open. But the next phase, it's not just about holding digital stuff. It's about using it for real-world utility, like funding a project, paying for services across borders, or verifying your skills. It's about creating real connections and having a real impact. And this right here is probably the most important thing to take away from all of this. The work isn't done. This isn't some completed project you can just look at. No, this is a bridge being constructed right now, piece by piece, day by day. It's taking shape through trial and error, through collaboration, and through real people interacting. It's a living, breathing, evolving thing. Which leaves all of us with a final, kind of provocative thought. A bridge is being built to connect worlds that have been kept apart for way too long. And that presents a choice, really. You can just stand on the sidelines and watch it happen, or you can decide to be a part of it.